This is Ice Cream Gecko, and in today's video we're going to take a look at the Nescafé Gold type latte, which I think is some sort of instant coffee with quality ingredients. Now let's take a quick look around the box. This is something that has been sitting in the basement for quite some time. It goes out of date in this month of this year. I think it comes out of Great Britain, not Little Britain. Very funny indeed I am today. And pause if you want to read the nutrition table down here. Pause if you want to take a look at the logo of the greatest company in the world, and pause if you want to read the ingredients list down here in German. Lovely, isn't it? Nescafé Gold, delicious type latte with quality ingredients. A bit of child labor goes in there well. Pause if you want to read this stuff right here. Grown respectfully, yeah, sure it is. What is the preparation instruction? So we've got the sachet, we're going to empty that into a glass, and then we put some 85 degrees Celsius water in there, not boiling but hot, and we stir it while doing so. Then we let it sit for 20 seconds to cool off, to let the coffee aroma develop completely, I think is what this is supposed to be translated to, if it was not written here in German, I guess. And then we're gonna stir this for a second time, and then we enjoy it. I hope that we enjoy it. But if we want to read that stuff down there, sometimes I wonder if we're actually reading that stuff down there, because I've got under 5%, I think, German viewers down here. Probably like Austrian must be like 0.1 something, and Swiss even less than that. Don't know. That looks wonderful though. I do like instant coffee sometimes. Usually just make my filter coffee, right? I think I've made a video about that, how I do that as well. And this contains milk. Oh, that's written in English. That's lovely. And this, yeah, also July 2022. Sometimes you've got different like best by dates on the outside cards and these sachets on the inside. But down here, Nestle is being very thorough with their how do we say it? With their markings. Yeah. Let's open up this thing, see what this smells of. Looks like regular instant coffee powder. Smells more of coffee than I thought it would. Yeah, it smells very much like ground coffee beans. Didn't expect that. Usually they smell a lot, how do we say, a lot sweeter, a lot more milky, less of coffee than regular coffee beans. But this one smells very much of coffee beans. Maybe I wouldn't put it past them to put some sort of like scent aroma in here to make it smell more like coffee than there's actually coffee in there. I mean, they've smarted out the game, haven't they? They wouldn't be in business after so many years and so many controversies otherwise. Yeah, and now it smells of not quite properly washed glass with a bit of cleaning agent and coffee beans. That's lovely. So I'm gonna get some hot water, and I'll be back with you in just a second. Alright, hot water has been added, and look at this. Isn't that some beautiful action going down there? I think it looks absolutely wonderful, like an underwater volcano, something like that, right? One of those black smokers or what they are. Although this right here is a bit lighter than that. Let's stir this and hope that the glass doesn't break. I mean, this is one of these special tea glasses, right? With thicker walls and stuff. This is made by VMF as well, and this is from Teekanne, which is like a tea brand here. I'm still quite often quite paranoid about glass and hot water. The mixture of that is just unnerving. Okay, I don't quite know how much of the stirring I've just cut out of the video, but I'll let this sit for a minute or two, because it is quite hot. Okay, a minute or two have passed now. The manly spoon is doing its job. Let's go for a bit of a taste test of the foam at the very top. This is when you've got like hot things that you have to prepare, especially like drinks and stuff. It's always a bit awkward to review them because it takes quite some time for them to cool down up to a point at which you can actually consume them without burning your tongue. Let's go for a bit of a taste test of that foam. Tastes of coffee foam. Don't know if you did expect that. I had certain reservations when it comes to that. For another one. I had some undissolved powder in there as well. It's an extra bit of flavour. And I've got some on the disc, which is oh, here we've got another bit of powder. Oh, that's quite pretty, isn't it? Okay, this is turning into some sort of disgusting mess. So I guess let's try to make this review something that it should have been from the very start. It's a bit too warm now. That's a bit unfortunate. I can't really pick it up. No. Okay, this is going to involve some more editing, this particular video. That's unfortunate. Alright, a couple of minutes have passed and I think I'm going to give this a bit of a try now with some paper down the bottom. It does taste a bit, for all that milk powder I think they put in here, it does taste a bit watery, I have to say. Yeah, and a lot of that, sadly, a lot of that powder is getting caught in the foam at the very top. Bit difficult to properly mix it up. Yeah, I don't know. With these instant coffees usually, they are usually quite sweet. Luckily this one isn't as sweet as I expected it to be. However, the actual coffee flavour, while I did smell a lot of coffee, is not as intense as I thought it would be. And I don't know, that milky flavour of a proper milk coffee is kind of there, but with that weird sort of consistency of sometimes not having like properly dissolved powdered chunks in here, that throws me off just a little bit. Flavor wise overall, it's not particularly bad, but it's not as good as I expected it to be. Like Nescafé Gold sounds like some sort of premium but doesn't really taste all that premium. It tastes more watery than expected. Something that many of these companies do make up for in that regard is with sugar, right? They make it a lot sweeter, make it a lot more palatable, make this a lot more, not necessarily interesting, but desirable. But since there is not too much sugar in here, since this is overall not too sweet, just left with bit of a watery flavour and texture. Alright, the consumption process is complete and we're ready to jump into the rating with the review sheet. First impression wise, this has been fine. Colour wise as well, not too much to complain about it. Consistency and texture wise, what I did appreciate, that foam formation, we do have a lot of lumps of powder still left in here. And that is something that usually doesn't happen with any other like instant coffee that I prepare in a cup this size. You know, it's not incredibly small, it's not too large, it's like a medium portion size for a drink like that, for a drink like a tea or a coffee. So if I put more water in here, it would have tasted more watery, maybe it would have dissolved a few things better, but I don't know, it would be less points in the flavor department then, so half points in the consistency and texture department therefore. Taste wise, well, it did smell well of coffee. It did taste okay of coffee, but it was quite watery, and I have to say that as a coffee, as a drink, this isn't necessarily what I would call full of pleasure. Not necessarily the experience that I would have hoped for when I opened up this particular sachet and prepared the coffee myself. No, 2 out of 5 is therefore the rating in the taste department. Half a point in the themalization, because overall I think they made an instant coffee powder latte, which I guess resembles the drink in some way, but it's not great. It's not entirely horrible. The lumps of powder that didn't really dissolve is something they should maybe take a look at, maybe work on that, because I don't think that this has been too little of water that this particular sachet has been dissolved. And kind of weird. And like I said, I don't really have problems with any of these other instants thingies when I put them into a glass like this. 5.5 out of 10 available points is therefore the final rating for the Nescafé Gold type latte instant coffee. And I think this is where we're going to end this particular video. The battery is running out, the battery indicator is blinking, and yeah, I think this is a good sentence to end this all with. If you've got a question or a video suggestion, leave it in the comment section down below. And if you want to see more videos just like this one, please subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll be going to see you soon. Until then, Bye bye.